Peer Leaders. Thank you so much for having me be a guest at your meeting. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but I figured at least I could show you all of the pieces that you were hoping to learn if I had been there. The cool part is I can walk you through a lot of those different spaces and highlight all of the things that you would like to see. So I'll do everything I can to show you and then follow up with a nice checklist of how to share that with your peers. So let's get started. Starting from your SNHU portal, when you log in, you'll notice this top blue banner. When you scroll over, I'm sure you're all familiar with our SNHU Connect drop-down. You'll notice that there's one for academic honor societies as well as our online student clubs. We're going to start with the online student clubs. When you click that, you'll be taken straight to this page that was created to help students find all of the organizations that are available. So as we scroll down, not only do you see information in the middle of the screen, but we've broken down a lot of the information on the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. So let's go from left to right. When you look at the Student Organizations tab, you'll see that we've broken it down to recognized clubs and organizations, which are here in the middle, specifically honor societies, which will be as you scroll down further, how to start a new online club, and then club resources and forms. So when someone says, how do I find the organizations that are available for me? Sending them to this link is going to be key. They have the choice to choose from educational clubs to social clubs and check out honor societies. In addition, when you scroll even further, you'll see the two leadership opportunities, which are our Student Advisory Board, represent, and you guys, our SNHU Connect Peer Leaders. So we're going to scroll right back up. The cool part about this site and what I love about it is when you click on a club, it brings you to a space that gives you not only the purpose of the club, but how to join the club, and more importantly, who to contact. So when a student asks you, how do I join the Sport Management Club? You can A, give them this web link to show them exactly where that space is on their SNHU portal, or B, let them know that they can reach out to the COCE Sport Management Club at snhu.edu and let them know that they'd like to join the roster. C, your C option is to scroll down into the space that talks about the club. So if you were perhaps in the desktop version, this blurb, which tells you that the contact person for the club is the president, Heather Hill. And we made sure to put her email there because she obviously has a number in her email so they get to the right person. For all of our clubs, we've tried to put the president in that spot to make sure that they're reaching out to a peer. So we go back to this SNHU portal and you can see that there are 11 club options. If you've never taken a look at what's available, please take some time. It's a really great way to connect with people who might be interested in different things. Whenever someone mentions being an English major, it's always great to tell them about the creative writing review, how to get published, and they may also be interested in the book club. There's a ton of different options. And it's always fun to not only be able to call out the club, but also a person. When you call out a club using the @ symbol, you're essentially leaving that club space available for someone to click on, but it doesn't notify anyone that that person was invited. So by using someone's name, such as the president or another person who's active in that group space, you're guaranteeing that that person is outreached by someone in addition to yourself. I know a lot of you are also members of groups, may even be in charge of them. So I know you know a lot and can speak to how best to interact with people who are jumping into SNHU Connect for the first time. Never give up on them. As you know, the first few weeks, maybe even the first few turns, it's very hectic. And then they might think, okay, now I want a challenge. Let's do something more. And that's when clubs might be applicable. So never hesitate to encourage them to join a group. When they have the time, I know they'll definitely jump in. So looking at the available options, this is really the best place to come to find the information that you need. The same has been set up for Honor Society. When you click on the Honor Society, you go directly to the page that lists the staff advisor, the criteria for the group, as well as more information about that particular honor society. The good part about giving people the link straight from the SNHU portal is that they'll not only have the criteria that was built out, but they'll also be able to search the feed right below. If they didn't even know SNHU Connect exists, they may accidentally just stumble upon it. If we give them the desktop version or the mobile version, it might be something to add to their stress, and it might not be something that they want to do at that time. So this is just the most familiar place to send someone. In addition, when they get to here and maybe they're done doing what they started, they can click on one of these other headers to get back to where they started. So here they are back at the beginning. They may have just checked out Alpha Sigma Lambda, and now they can check out an additional honor society or club. So are we having fun yet? I know I've been talking for a few minutes straight, so let me try to make sure that we're covering all of the things that Tiff had asked me to go over with you. You guys had questions about club offerings. You know where to find those. You've seen where to join each club and how to get in touch with Honor Society advisors. Another thing we mentioned was invitation cycles. So many students will ask, how do I know when this honor society is going to invite me to join? I'm obviously eligible because I've read the criteria. Hopefully they read the criteria. It's been hard in the past to identify when those invitation cycles are going to happen. We are very aware that students would be happier knowing the exact dates. And for next calendar year, we do hope to be able to identify which honor societies will invite students on which days. As of right now, we typically know that it will be between August and January of a calendar year. So if a student is eligible, they should check their email and their spam filter around those times. The reasons that emails get stuck in the spam filter is mostly because we're sending so many emails at once. That large number can be something that is targeted. Also, if the national office is sending the invitations directly from their system, though it's coming from SNHU, it still might get stuck in that space. So when students ask, is this a legit organization? Refer them back to this page so they can see the full list and let them know if the organization is not listed here, then no, it's not. So we are very aware, again, that the invitations are sporadic, and we're doing everything we can to offset them so people aren't getting invitations from more than one society at a time. We did not get to the right-hand side of the page, so let's go ahead and do that. Starting your own club should be one of the most exciting things possible. This is an opportunity for you to find like-minded peers, to get together and chat about things outside of the classroom. So Tiff and I have spent countless hours trying to figure out the easiest way to get the most information to students. So what we came up with was some resources and guidelines on the right-hand side of this organization page. The first one is pretty simple, and still not many people click on it. Start your own student club. We literally broke down everything that was in our 21-page operations guide and put the highlights in this space. When you scroll through it, you'll find how to start a club, how many people are needed to begin that club, and what you'll need to be officially recognized. Yes, this is a very long list. But what we hope from students that are trying to start a club is that they're self-starters. They're motivated. They want to find all of that information so they can see what they need to get that club started. Our hope is that students will find those 10 or more students who are also interested, identify who's going to be on that club cabinet. That may consist of the traditional president, vice president, secretary, and an engagement officer. They may substitute that for an events chair, or they may consider having everyone be a chairperson. However they want to structure it, they put that in their constitution, and then they meet with me to discuss moving forward. So I am there to help along the way. If you guys have clubs that you're interested in starting or wish that there was something that isn't already available, absolutely let me know. The thing is, we need to have motivated students who are keeping that group alive and creating engagement opportunities. Your very own Catherine Robinson is amazing at delegating out pieces for the club to take on. They've hosted many different contests, webinars, meetings, and even just engaging students on the page with polls. So starting a new club does entail a lot of work, but all of that is listed here. When thinking about what is needed to start a club, students have all of the materials in our guidelines. We've broken those down right here: a constitution, a full roster with those 11 names or more, an executive board council with the members we just discussed, and a signed advisor contract. I work with all of the different clubs to find someone and hope that it's a good fit. Ultimately, if you have an advisor or staff member that you work with that you would like to ask, by all means, absolutely do so. And then the last piece is filling out the online application. And that needs to be submitted by the 1st of every month so it can be reviewed in that month. If it's received anytime after that, it will be reviewed the following month. It usually takes about 2 weeks for our recognition committee, who's made up of students, staff here in the middle and on campus, to review and approve. And then from there, we create a club space for them, an email address, and get them going with their Adobe Connect space. So it's a really great opportunity. There's so many ideas, and we really hope that students will take the time to think about what clubs make sense. So when we talk about that student guide, you can find that here in Club Operations Resources and Forms. When they click on that, it then brings them to, and all of the different options are right there for them. So I hope I didn't talk your ears off, but what I hope that you gain from that is we've done everything we can to make club, honor society, and leadership opportunities available for students and accessible in an easy to find format. Everything that you guys do is so helpful. Teaching students about what's available, helping them navigate SNHU Connect, all of those are amazing things that really make SNHU Connect such an inviting place to come to. One thing I would like to share with you, if you didn't already know, is that I host an office hour every Tuesday. So if you have a student who's really struggling and you want to give them an opportunity to talk with a staff member, every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have an Adobe Connect space available for students to reach out. So all they have to do is click that link and they'll be brought into that space. I'll be happy to show them things on SNHU Connect, on their My SNHU page, or chat with them about questions that they might have. So anything that can make your life easier, since you make my life so much easier, I'm happy to reciprocate. So if you ever need me, if you guys want to set up a call and chat further, please feel free. If you want to jump into my Adobe Connect space and talk any Tuesday night, I will be there. If there are students in there, I'd love for you guys to share any of your experience with them. And I look forward to our continued partnership in the near future. Have a great rest of your day, your meeting if you guys are at your meeting, and I look forward to seeing you on SNHU Connect.